And Father Kelly, you have been just such a blessing to Joe and to my entire family. You have been with us every day and month. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you so much. As sad as the past week has been, it's been so joyful to hear all the heartwarming things about my brother. Even standing in line today, I was hysterical laughing, and my heart melted every time. He was the funniest person I knew. He had such an amazing wit. He was so smart. One of my greatest childhood memories of Joe is when we would all gather around the kitchen table on D Street in Feltonville. And we would wait for Joe to get home from work. And of course, when he came home, he would go right to the refrigerator looking for something to eat. And he would open up the refrigerator, and the refrigerator would shine, the light would shine, and he would begin his comedy show. And when I tell you, he kept us in stitches for hours. He was such an amazing storyteller.
He was.
Joe was the oldest of 10, our big brother, our fierce protector. He was always so proud of us. As my brother Vincent said the other day, Joe had this amazing charm and made everybody that walked in the room feel like they were the most important person in the world, with the most accomplished resume. Sometimes I even think he embellished.
A lot.
And we actually kind of like that. Joe had so many friends who loved him dearly and considered him a brother. So many people told me this today. He was always the protector of the underdog. Joe was a full-time accountant and also worked part-time as a bartender every weekend. I swear everybody from the bar that he worked at was here today. It was so amazing, I can't even begin to tell you. He had such an amazing work ethic. Joe played basketball at Holy Family University, and he went on to graduate at Temple U, his beloved alma mater. He was a ventriloquist. And I think Lester is here in church today. He loved Philly sports with an oh my God, he is here. I'm sorry. He loved Philly sports with a passion. I'm telling you, I grew up with 6 brothers. We had one TV in a small row home.
Yep.
And my brothers, they just encouraged our love for all the Philly sports things. Phillies, Sixers, Flyers, Eagles, go Birds.
Yep.
Right? He loved classic rock, Led Zeppelin, The Who. Joe and I spent many nights at Ortlieb's Jazz Bar in Center City. He encouraged my love for jazz. My sister Brenda reminded me of a quote that we both loved. I have it hanging in my bedroom. It certainly reminds us of Joe. From Maya Angelou. I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Thank you, big brother, for always making us feel so protected, loved, and confident. I'm so happy with your amazing humor and wit. You will be so missed. Love you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That's going to be a tough act to follow, but I'll do my best. First, just to piggyback on what Kelly said, just want to express my heartfelt and deepest gratitude to Father Kelly, Father Wilson here, who's my spiritual director in the seminary, St. Jerome Parish, my family, and you, his friends, have come here to share in our grief, but it's also a celebration of life. Joe had an uncanny and unparalleled ability to connect with people. His humor was infectious. His heart, like his stature, was huge. In my own life, it was no exceptions. He had a profound impact on me. Growing up in Feltonville, I was in the middle. I had the distinguished honor of being on the top bunk below Joe. An average night went a little bit like this. In the room, there were 5 of us, 5 boys in one room. Sean was in our parents' room. Sorry, Sean, you missed a lot of comedy. Joe would snore. Vincey would turn and toss and yell some obscenities. Pat would take a belt, hit Joe's bed. I would start laughing. Joe would wake up. What? Are you laughing up there? Kick my bunk bed. I had to bite my teeth, bite my pillow, whatever. So it was a comedy show, like Kelly said. But it was great. It was great. My older brothers, I was so blessed to have them. I love and I idolized them growing up. Joe was no exception. There was a piece of them that I wanted. Pat was a great athlete. They all were great athletes. Vincey, a quarterback, great quarterback. I never tired of hearing those stories. I never told them that was just the Irish way, the O'Brien way. Never let them show you care. But I did. I idolized them. And Joe was no exception. I was told to be brief, so I'm going to kind of make it sure. I wasn't even didn't know if I was going to come up to speak. Because quite honestly, I didn't know if I could do it justice. Joe's life and what he meant to me and so many others. I can't tell you how many times I've heard in the line, he was one of a kind. And he truly was. We connected on 3 main things: sports, music, and faith. Pat, you thought I was going to say Yingling Lager, didn't you? Well, truth be told, we connected on that too. Many a night. There were gaps in my relationship with Joe. But I always found myself, me and him coming back together. I lived with him in Olney for a summer when I was in college and working at Rosie's Water Ice. And then I lived with him in Hatboro for a year. I moved to Virginia back in 2003. And so we had some time apart, but we always found ourselves reconnecting in some way, online or text. One of the last great memories I remember with Joe was during the Phillies World Series run. He would text us. We were on a group text, me, Kelly, and Joe. I kid you not, and this is where the faith comes in. He was a man of faith. Maybe people that might not know that. He was. He had a devotion to the Blessed Mother. All during the game, I kid you not. Hey, here we go. You guys ready? Me and Kelly. Hail Mary, every batter that came to bat. Hail Mary. Me, full of grace. Kelly, the Lord is with you. Am I wrong, Kelly? The whole game. No, the whole entire game. Music. We both had a love for music. Joe and the group we both loved was U2. The last concert I ever went to was with Joe. We were about U2. They had like a stage that came out from the stage. It was like a heart. We were about 20 yards from the point of that heart. They played most of their songs out there. But if you talk to Joe and retelling the story, he would tell you we were right up front. We were holding Bono up as he was taking selfies with the crowd. Yes, Joe had the Irish gift of embellishment.
He sure did.
In a certain party, he was here today, Mike Walker. Joe would have you thinking he was the next Jimi Hendrix. And he's a great musician, so I'm half kidding. Jamie Prespolinski, I saw him here. He would have him thinking he was three strikeouts away from being Nolan Ryan. He had to get the embellishment, but truth be told, he was just so proud of us, proud of me and our family. I spent many nights with Joe talking about faith and family, and he loved every one of you. And especially, I can't forget both of these guys, but Joe Marquardt and Chucky, thank you. I know you spent more time than I did with him over the last years. It's been a long haul and a rough haul. But he loved you guys just as much as he loved any of the brothers. You are brothers to our family. You're brothers to us. You always will be. So, I'll share, just to wrap it up, a couple quotes. When he definitely had his trials and tribulations. I'm not painting him out to be a saint, but he always found the humor in things. And I have to share this one story. Kelly, you're involved in it too. One night he was divulging some of those hardships to Kelly, and Kelly, being the loving saint that she is, was, Joe, it's okay, Joe. It's going to be okay. Like, we all have skeletons in our closet. And Joe responded, in my closet? I got them in my closet, on my bed, under my bed. My skeletons have skeletons. But that's what I mean. He always found the humor, even in the saddest of times and the struggles of times. But he was an ace. He was intelligent, just like Kelly said. He was a great athlete in his own right. He played Holy Family basketball. He was a man of faith. He fed the homeless. Maybe none of you knew that. He was working down in Center City. He fed the homeless for years. He asked me to do it one time. I had no idea he was even doing it. And I said, how long have you? He said, I've been doing this for a few years. Oh my goodness. He was like best friends at Old St. Joseph's, Sister Marie. And just to talk about the impact and the chat when we do charity, it's never just stays with person to person. It's a ripple effect. When I taught at West Catholic after my seminary days, I would take the kids down to Old St. Joseph's to feed the homeless. It was because of Joe. His impact was undeniable, was far-reaching, was lasting, and I'll miss him. I love you, big bro. You will not be forgotten. Thank you for the brother you were to me. God bless you. I'll never forget you. I love you.